Welcome everyone to the recap. This is maybe what we'll call the When the Dust Has Settled recap. Technically I'll talk about game week 20, but there was game weeks 18 and 19 in there. I'm not going to summarize it all. You don't want to hear all that. Here we go. High score, game week 20. Bakuna Matata, 51. It was a low scoring game week all around. Low score this week had a high floor, 28 with the Weasels. Top 5 looked like this. Promoted, beat placeholder. Raheem Sterling Cooper won against Milner Light. Dan beat Bayern Munich. Slacker lost to me. Woo woo. And Crimson Klopp was in 6th, and he lost to Bakuna Matata. Sadly, none of us made it past game week 20, this last game week in the Cup. A handful of us didn't even qualify. I'm not exactly sure how qualification works, but those of us who did either went out in the first week or second week. I think only Crimson Klopp made it to game week 20. It's tough. It is tough. So maybe next week I'll put a little more, or next year I'll put a little more focus on that, and maybe something will happen. I don't know. Next week we have Promoted taking on Dukes of Hazzard, Raheem Sterling Cooper taking on me, the Jogfather. That's going to be a 2v4 matchup. Dan takes on Pandemi. Bakuna Matata takes on Placeholder. Slacker takes on Riyad the Lightning, excuse me. That Slacker Riyadh is going to be a 6v7 matchup. And I say that because it's pretty tight up here at the top of the top quarter of the table or so. You win a few games, I mean, you could really be in second. I mean, it's pretty nuts. As for the real league, we are now officially in the second half of the season. And after all of those crazy holiday games, it looks like this. Arsenal beat Newcastle 1-0. They are top of the table. Leicester are in second. This last week, they tied Bournemouth 0-0. Bournemouth may be in 16th, tying a team that's in second. But hey, they want every point they can get. And Leicester will take a point too, I guess. I can't really remember the last time Bournemouth lost. So they're not high up on the table by any stretch, but they may be playing pretty well. And they had some rough games recently. Okay, third place, Man City 2-1 over Watford. Watford went up first in this one, but then within minutes, Kun Aguero and Yaya Toure each scored a goal and pulled it back to 2-1. Man City sits in third. Tottenham. That's right. Tottenham are in fourth after a draw with Everton, 1-1. And Tottenham are now 3 points clear of fifth place, Man United, who won over Swansea 2-1. And Rooney even got a, as the Brits say, cheeky goal. Pretty cool little flick with his back to the goal. Chelsea, my beloved Chelsea, are in 14th now, but they basically cruised over Palace in a 3-0 win. Dare I say they may be back? We'll see. I certainly hope they continue this kind of run of form. They certainly look a different team now the past few game weeks than they were under Jose. I don't really know what was going on there, but whatever the changes were seemed to have made a difference. The transfer window is open. We will see what happens. I have no idea who's going to go, who's going to come, who's going to stay. I don't know. Hopefully Leicester will retain their players and do really well this season. I'd love to see that happen. The big game next week is Leicester versus Tottenham. It's going to be a 2v4 matchup. Precious points there in that match. And there are no games this weekend. That game will be next week. All the teams play on the 12th and maybe the 13th, so Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they all play again on the weekend. So the crazy holiday schedule has not let up, and but they may be a little less frequent. In other world soccer news, looks like Zidane is now going to be the manager at Real Madrid. How about that? See you next week.